I think I lived with a lot of judgment throughout my life,
Me too.
and understanding to not judge and to minimize my triggers, right, is something that enables me now to engage with people with a sense of empathy to an extent, because I wouldn't always say I've used the empathetic muscle that much.
Let me ask you something. Has life humbled you?
I think God has humbled me. I think life put me in a position where God needed to humble me.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
I think over the last couple of years, I don't know. I think back to when before we had kids, I remember we would go over this couple's house, and they had kids and we didn't. And I had so many opinions about parenting.
Everybody has opinions, things that they don't know.
When you're not married, you have opinions about marriage. When you don't have kids, you have opinions about kids. And then I'll tell you what else too. Like, and here's the deal. Listen, teenage years can be beautiful and brutal. I think they're beautiful and brutal in a way that's unique to when they're little. When they're little, man, you can pick them up. You can say, "Come with me to the store." They can whine, they cry. When you get to teenage years, there's a unique sense of no and powerlessness that you start to face off with and then your kids make choices. And I think what God's taken me on a journey on, and this is something that I've slowly been humbled and learning, is that the Lord, whenever I had a complaint or a fear about my child, he's been taking me back to things that I didn't said.
Yeah.
Horrendous things that I didn't said. I still remember my stepmom, Myra. I came home from college and I was 19 years old. I had taken a couple college classes, so I was really smart, I thought. And I remember we got into an argument and I started psychoanalyzing her at 19. The gall. Can you imagine? So when I've had challenges with my kids now, the Lord's like, hey, let's take a little trip.
Yeah. Do you remember? Let's go down memory lane. Do you remember that moment when you psychoanalyzed your stepmom?
Oh, it's so embarrassing. Honestly, it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, but I think, look, youth is wasted on the young, but it's that exploration phase of where they are really—
They're learning to be human.
They're learning to be human. They are butting up against boundaries. They're trying to find out who they are. And I think, it's not just as humans. I mean, as artists as well, throw the artist into the mix.
Yeah.
And, it's a case of our artists aren't just psychoanalyzing other people, they're psychoanalyzing themselves.